Hi everyone, Dean Forder from the Distillery Consulting Group. This is going to be the first in a series of videos where we drill down on the individual avatars inside our proprietary archetype and avatar brand management system. As you can see, we've expanded and drilled down on what you might call the original 12 archetypes by creating 3 sub-archetypes or maybe avatars for each, yielding a total of 36 unique identities. Each one is more than a brand's persona. Every one, in our opinion, really represents what you might call an algorithm for behavior, what we call a behavior code that affects everything from the products you invent to the culture you foster. The key to success for any brand really is to first decode your core avatar, the one that authentically reflects your role or purpose in the world. Second, you need to then encode that into everything you do. The result really is a brand that not only creates an immediate emotional reaction, but also creates what we would call a long-term blueprint for growth. Because it's a blueprint for behavior, it can affect everything with the experience. This week, we're going to drill down on the Jester. So the Jester is oftentimes misunderstood as being about funny, and people say that we're not a funny brand. That doesn't mean you're not a jester, though. And just because you are funny, that does not make you a jester. Humor is a device that any brand can and oftentimes should employ to get attention and to drive likability. But any brand that uses humor is not automatically the jester. The key is looking at the fundamental purpose and role in the world. So when you look at the jester, from the ancient Chinese court to Rome, to the harlequin that people are familiar with from medieval Europe, to the Hikoya of Lakota culture, the jester has crossed every time and culture. Classically, they're associated with the fool who entertained the king, which is oftentimes why people don't want to be associated with the fool. But underneath their silly surface is a wicked intelligence and a freedom-loving anti-authoritarian streak. The jester is a creator, and what they create is fun, bringing mirth to the mind, healing through laughter, and helping us understand societal norms and even helping us challenge them when necessary. But today we're going to talk a little bit about the entertainer. So, in the words of the great P.T. Barnum, as well as the great Freddie Mercury, the show must go on. The entertainer lives for the laugh, but ultimately they have a much greater purpose: to give people a joyful diversion, even if only for a moment, from the grind of everyday life. They're the original minstrels in today's class clown. Humor is part of their repertoire, but it's only one of the clubs in their bag. And their humor is always good natured because it's meant to heal, not hurt. Naturally, you will find the jester in the world of popular entertainment, specifically the entertainer in the world of popular entertainment. But that sense of humor and skill with a crowd can be a powerful tool in any professional group setting. So here's an example.
You have a brilliant mind, and like many brilliant people, you don't necessarily think the rules apply to you.
You're so much more convenient thinking of you as an idiot.
A little ice that just chipped off. If you want to be a clown, go join the circus.
For your own sake, I think you should just lay low for a while.
The hospital will cover all of your bills. Any other questions?
So one of my favorite examples, hopefully people are not upset by the Robin Williams reference. Hopefully enough time has gone by. That Patch Adams reference is just so ideal. And I think one of the things you look to is when you look at archetypes, oftentimes finding an avatar that maybe is unexpected is what's key, really, is that you understand the category norms and behaviors, but when you find that avatar that is distinctive within your category, it really makes you stand out. So of course, as a doctor, yes, Patch Adams has to have all of the skills necessary to be a doctor, but what makes him stand out is that he is an entertainer by nature. And finding that sort of interesting nexus between sort of the category drivers and what you can bring uniquely from a distinctive avatar really makes you stand out. And of course, being differentiated really is the name of the game. So when we look at what we call the behavior code for the entertainer, is I'm going to go back to that idea about being a joyful diversion from the everyday. And really the enemy of the entertainer is responsibility, is that the entertainer is the escape from that. And they have certain traits that you want to channel from your brand. They are talented, they are positive, they are playful, they are lighthearted. So think about what you would hire this type of person to do as a job. And what you wanted to hire the entertainer to do is to help you escape from the everyday stress and help you have fun. So their essence is, of course, fun. But there's different forms of fun, and this is in a sort of escapist kind of fun. And when you think about brands that actually live here, certainly M&M's is one of the most famous, and I believe that Mars, who owns the brand, at least used to follow an archetype-based system, and the M&M's is a Jester. And every M&M's, the beauty of M&M's is they're a little mini celebration, which is perfect as that joyful diversion. Now, oftentimes today, it's not just about cute, fun snack foods. It's about our screens. Our screens are that source of entertaining diversion. So whether it's Spotify or TikTok or Netflix, all of them provide this antidote to whether it's the craziness of modern world or the drudgery of everyday life. It is about the entertainment. These brands are today's P.T. Barnum, and it's not about the tech. Tech is the enabler. The purpose is what matters. And so we're just going to show sort of one example of some recent content by Oatly that is bang on.
What were you doing last night? I was just it's weather time. Whoopie day day. Whoopie day day. Yes.
So some people might know Oatly, and this is right out of the Entertainer's Playbook. They created their own, and this is a good thing to think about from a content perspective, is they created their own department, and that it is that department of distraction, which in distraction, diversion, tomato. But they created that department of distraction because in our COVID world, it's very easy to get bored, and they are trying to provide this sort of release from the stress and be a portal to being able to have a little bit of lighthearted fun. And I think that this content really struck a chord with consumers, and the reason why is because they connected this insight into what's going on in the world with what is meaningful from this avatar. So just a quick hit there. We're going to wrap this. Next time, we're going to go into the instigator, and you can check out the website in the meanwhile.